So we have our test on quadratics coming up, and this is our review. The first problem is this: we have these two expressions, and we want to FOIL them out, which is basically just multiplying them. So we do our first. 3x times x is 3x squared plus 15x minus 1x minus 5. And we look for things we can combine. These two middle terms we can combine, and that'll be 14x and negative 5 and 3x squared. So those are, it's a positive 14x. That's how we FOIL those out. Next we had some factoring, which is the opposite of FOILing. So we had a factor x squared minus 15x plus 36. Now we want things that multiply to 36 and also at the same time add up to negative 15. So we can go through all the factors: 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 6 and 6, so on and so forth, 4 and 9. But none of those add up to a negative 15, so we had that trick where if we wanted to multiply to a positive number, they either have to be both positive or both negative, right? So if we add negatives to all of these, we'll see that these two, 3 and negative 12, they both multiply to a positive 13 and add up to that negative 15 that we wanted. So the two factors then, if I wanted to factor this, x minus 3, x minus 12. If you have these two flipped, that's totally okay, because remember, multiplication is, it doesn't matter which order you do it in. So like 3 times 7 is the same thing as 7 times 3. So there are some weird kinds of factoring that we had to do, some things that could make it difficult. And I'll just show you on number 4. For whatever reason, ones like this kind of mess with people. We need numbers that multiply. Sorry, this should be a negative 56. We need numbers that multiply to negative 56 and add up to negative 1. That's because there's only one x there, right? So if it's just x, remember that's a negative 1. The correct factors on this, if you go through 7 and 8 multiply to 56, and they're only 1 apart. So if I do negative 7 and positive 8, those will add up to positive 1. And if we do negative 8 and positive 7, those will add up to negative 1. So obviously that's not right, and those are the ones. Right? So these two are the numbers that work, and that'll factor to that. The next kind of weird one here we've got is x squared minus 121. The trick to this one is we're trying to figure out what we need to multiply to and what we need to add up to. And the trick is that this is the exact same thing as x squared plus, I don't have any x's, right? Minus 121. So what I'm looking to is I need things that multiply to 121 that add up to 0. And those numbers are negative 11 and positive 11.